the 6th annual Halloween Journal Challenge. Join us if you dare. I hope you're in a spooky mood because this video is going to be me introducing what the Halloween Journal Challenge is. So if you've never done it before, you're about to find out all about it. If you have done it before, welcome back. I'm so excited, as I'm sure you are. As well as telling you all about the journal challenge, I'm also going to be starting with a flip through of this. This is my 2022 Halloween Journal Challenge journal. So we can flip through this together, get a little bit of nostalgia and inspiration before we get started. If you're interested in my other Halloween journals, oh, they're quite chunky. This one is 2018, 2019, this one's 2020 and 2021. I do 2 challenges per journal. So I do have a flip through of these already on my channel. I'll link it somewhere here or somewhere down there. Don't forget to check that out if you want a little bit more spooky journaling inspo before you get started. And then of course, after we spoke about what the challenge is and looked through my journal from last year, we're gonna jump in. I have the pleasure of having day 1 title page. I thought, why not just kick it off. I haven't got as prepared as usual, so I'm really just going to be starting from scratch with you guys and making it up as I go along. I'm really excited to make a title page for this. To me, making a title page for the Halloween Journal Challenge is like saying October has officially started, spooky season is here. Even though I start celebrating spooky season from like August, this is where it gets real. So I'm really excited for this one and I hope you are too. So what is the Halloween Journal Challenge? Well, it's an annual challenge. Every October we celebrate all things autumnal, spooky, cozy, Halloweeny in our journals or scrapbooks or diaries or planners, whatever you want to participate in. I curate a list of daily journaling prompts, so you have a prompt for each day of October to get you inspired to make something spooky in your journal pages. When the challenge began, I only shared these on Instagram. We've since branched out. Now the challenge is on TikTok as well, and of course on YouTube. Hi. This year is a little different because the YouTube side is a lot bigger, so I'm just going to explain that in a moment. But just to say about the daily prompts, you don't have to do every day. Some people are like, hardcore Halloween Journal Challenge is going to be a challenge for me. I'm going to like try to use this to get some momentum, some consistency. I'm going to journal every single day. I'm going to make something for every day. That's amazing. Some people dip in and out, they just do 1 or 2, like literally if there's one prompt that inspires you about this challenge and you make something for it and you enjoy it, great, that's perfect. Because my main rule for this challenge is that I want people to enjoy it. It's just supposed to be like a really fun way to just dive into your love for journaling, your love for Halloween, your love for spooky stickers, basically use it as an excuse for whatever you want to enjoy. So some people will draw a little doodle each day based on the prompt. Some people will do like a whole journal spread, a collage, a painting, a poem. It's really not very restrictive at all because this is about you, your personal Halloween Journal Challenge journey, your creativity, so you can kind of turn this challenge into whatever you want it to be. When it first began, I feel like the challenge was mostly about those daily prompts and just some ideas for things to create in your journal in October just to celebrate. But over the years, the main thing that I think has been really special about this challenge is how the community's grown. So now my most favourite thing about this time is like the community excitement and anticipation and seeing what everyone makes. And I can't believe that one daily prompt, you know, just a few words or a phrase can create so many different things. Like everyone brings their individuality to it and it's so fun to share what you've made with others and see everyone else's and kind of like pick up inspiration and ideas off each other. It's so exciting. So that's why I ask that if you're creating for the challenge, and only if you're comfortable with it, you add the hashtag Halloween Journal Challenge if you're going to share any of your journal pages online, so that we can all find each other and we can all celebrate and we can just revel in this Halloween creativity. As many of you know who have done the challenge before, the main place that I post about the challenge is the Inspiring Journals Instagram account, which was a place where I used to share all kinds of journals, any journals that inspire me. It was like this big journaling community. As I've been so busy this year, the account has gone pretty dead, you may have noticed, but like a zombie rising up from the ground on Halloween night, we're going to resurrect the Inspiring Journals Instagram account because that is the hub for Halloween Journal Challenge. I feel like I need to change the name to it just to Halloween Journal Challenge at this point. Maybe that's an idea. But that's where I'm going to be sharing as many Halloween Journal Challenge entries as possible. As we all know, with Instagram's new rules, it's getting harder than ever to find the people that you want to find and the content you want to find using hashtags. So that's why I'm glad that we've got that account as our main sort of channel to go and find each other's work and support each other's work. So I'm going to be sharing. One common question I get when I talk about the challenge and sharing entries and participants is there a prize? it's not really a challenge like that. The prize is that you get to join in with the community and make art you like and have a fun spooky time. So if that sounds appealing to you, please join us. And as I mentioned, some very exciting news that you probably already know about if you're watching this video, but this year for the Halloween Journal Challenge we have a special YouTube collaboration. It's kind of like a journal hop style YouTube collaboration, so for every prompt, for every day of October, we have a different creator who's made their video for their prompt and they're going to share it with you. I'm going to add them all to this Halloween Journal Challenge playlist, which I will leave the link to somewhere up here or down in the description. So every day at 6 PM BST, that's British summertime, until I think the 29th of October when we change back to GMT, which is a little bit confusing, but I'll leave the time zone conversions down below as well so you can know what time to look out for those videos each day. Just to let you know, every video is going to be different, just like I do with the challenge and the prompts. I didn't want to impose any rules, so we've got such an eclectic mix of creators and styles. Some videos are going to be chatty, some aren't, some with music, some not. Some are short, some are long, some are sped up, some are in real time. So you really don't know what you're going to get each day, and I think that that's the beauty of it. So I'm very excited. I haven't watched these videos. I only know about the different styles because of things people have told me. So I'm going to be watching them fresh with you every day as well, and I'm really excited. I'm hoping that I can schedule in like an hour of journaling time each night to make my entry for that day's prompt while I'm watching the video of someone else making theirs. So I feel like that will be so fun, and I hope that you will join us and journal along at the same time as well. That would be absolutely amazing. I think it would be so nice to know that we're all journaling at the same time and getting ideas from each other. I can't wait. Before we move on to the flip through, a few things to say. First of all, a massive thank you to Meg Journals. If you've ever done the Junk Journal January or Junk Journal July challenges, you'll obviously know all about her. She's amazing, and I've totally borrowed, with her permission, this whole format for the YouTube collaboration. So like a video by a different creator each day, and basically how she organised it was my blueprint for how I organise this, because she's amazing and so organised, and I definitely wouldn't have been able to do this without her. So thank you, Meg, for allowing me to kind of take what you've done with Junk Journal July and spookify it for October. I'm really excited about it. I want to say a massive thank you to all of the collaborators who are joining in with this YouTube collaboration. It's so nice to have such an eclectic mix of people around the world, different countries. Some of them are even from the southern hemisphere, so it's not even autumn there, but they're still, everyone is carving out time in their hectic schedules and busy life to create something for this Halloween Journal Challenge, and you know, make their video, edit their video, schedule their video. A lot of us know that that takes way more time than you would think, so I really appreciate them gathering together and us having this community of people who are excited and ready to get this challenge going. So thank you so much to all of you, and I honestly can't wait to see what you've created. And last but not least, a big shout out to my bestie Hannah. She's hcs.journals on Instagram. She helped me come up with these prompts. I love coming up with them every year, but I do tend to gravitate towards certain things, and I know we all want like some classic Halloweeny stuff to be in there every year, but it's nice to mix it up a bit, and I don't want everything to get samey, so it was really nice to come up with the prompts with someone this time, and I feel like she just had so many good ideas. So I'm really excited about these prompts, and I'm really grateful to Han for helping me with them. Also, shout out to my own shop, who will be supplying many of the spooky stickers that I will be using for the duration of this challenge, just so you know. I'll leave the link to that down below as well, and I've also got some stickers from other amazing artists who I will definitely shout out as and when I use the stickers, so you can see where I get my spooky supplies from, because I have a few boxes full now and I'm very excited to dig back into them again. So what do you think? Are you ready to look back through the pages of my 2022 Halloween Journal Challenge journal? Let's go! So as you can see, last year I chose to go with a lot smaller journal than I usually use. This is because even though I'm tempted to really like fill massive pages full of Halloween stuff, I felt like I couldn't keep up with the challenge, and I tell people that it's fine to, you know, just dip in and out when they want, but I do, because I've come up with the prompts, I really want to make something for each one, because I kind of have something in my brain for each prompt. So I decided last year to go with a smaller journal just so that I could fill the pages a little bit easier, and I thought that would take the pressure off and it would allow me to continue to make something for each prompt without kind of having to do so much work. So that's why we have these teeny pages. I'm just going to talk you through some of the pages. So this page, I collected labels from things that I'd bought, like Halloweeny things in the shops. This was like before the challenge started, just to get me into the mood. And then here's where I officially started. So this was my title page for Halloween Journal Challenge 2022. This sticker is from Marcy's Art, who I've just done an art trade with. If you look on my account, Kia Spooks, you can see all the stuff that Marcy sent me this year, and honestly it's amazing, so spooky and cute. This one is by Marcy as well. So the second prompt for last year's challenge was October wish list. So I made a wish list of all the things that I wanted to do, the books I wanted to read, and I definitely want to do this again, even though it's not a prompt this year. I think we have day 2 is autumn vision board. So I'm going to be doing a similar kind of thing for that, just preparing for everything I want to pack into October. I never fit everything that I want to do into October, but that's fine. It's always a really fun month. We have colour palette, where I collected a sort of collage of things in the colours that I wanted this journal to be made out of. Autumn leaves, with some real leaves that I collected. I still have some in one of my boxes that I want to use this year as well. This was day 5 cozy TV show, so of course I had to make a little something about Gilmore Girls. Then I have the spooky books that I read in 2022. I read a lot more spooky books last year than I did this year, but I still have a few, so I'd like to get those into my 2023 journal challenge if possible. And then day 8 candle. As you can see, for some days I write a lot, and then some days are literally just a collage. It just depends on how I'm feeling. So we have layers and texture. This is one of my favourites from last year because I really went in with, well, the layers and the texture. We have bats. Some packaging from my Halloween Lush box that I got last year. I have quite a few spooky Animal Crossing themed things in 2022's journal. As you can see, I was playing a lot of Animal Crossing. This is packaging from some sweets that I got from my little cousins at the pumpkin patch. Some little fold outs for writing a bit more. The prompt for this one was Candy Pail. Here I did a little sketch of the pumpkins that me and my family carved together. Wrote about watching Hocus Pocus 2. Oh, this is from Grace Moth. How gorgeous is that sticker? I always say to not save stickers and to just use them. Life's too short, but I did save this for quite a while, and I'm kind of glad that I did for this one because the prompt was Haunted Greenhouse and it fits so perfectly. All of these little ghosts and graves are from my shop on the aptly named Ghosts and Graves sticker sheet. Pattern was kind of like a lazy day. I like having some spreads that are low effort, so I literally just cut this bat out of pattern paper and stuck it on some more pattern paper. So I'm just trying to show you the range of things that you can create. Some can be high energy, high effort, and some can just be low, just literally enjoying the feeling of cutting and sticking and being a bit Halloween. There's no pressure to make a masterpiece for every single prompt. So this was Witchcraft. This is from my Skating Skeleton sticker sheet. I love having some kind of skeleton skull prompt in each year's Halloween journal. I think the prompt for this one was Memento Mori. Some people ask me what I write about for these. Sometimes I just write about my day, so the writing has nothing to do with the prompt for that day, but visually I kind of create something for the prompt. And then sometimes I write about the prompt. Sometimes what I've done that day kind of fits in with the prompt. It's kind of eerie actually how many things have had like a strange little coincidence or synchronicity with what the prompt is for that day, which I obviously decided months before, and then what actually happens on that day. It's kind of cool how it lines up. For example, this spread, the prompt was Halloween menu. That was for day 20 last year, and we actually went to this like Harry Potter Forbidden Forest event, and they had loads of nice Halloweeny things on the menu and like little cauldrons and pumpkins everywhere at the food stalls, so that fit in really nicely. Then we have Door, where I really wanted to make something interactive. I definitely want to do more interactive things for this year's journal challenge if I can. And I handmade these journals out of different papers, like recycled paper or paper that I've tea stained myself. And sometimes when I'm making a handmade journal, I use pages from my zine. So this spread of the spooky scary skeletons is actually a spread in this journal from like 2018 or something like that, but it made it into one of the Halloween journal zines that I sell on my shop. So these are the issues currently in stock. I don't think I have this one. I think that was volume 2. And then why is it so hard to explain? So basically I make the journal spread, it goes into a zine, and then I take the zine apart again and then use it as pages in my next Halloween journal. So there's kind of like little ghosts of Halloween's past throughout my journal because they're like old journal pages that have become new journal pages. Usually I stick stuff on it, but in this case I just really liked how these pages looked on their own. And then I had this little flap of Cozy Moon amber paper that I sell in my shop, and I just thought I don't really want to add anything to this, it just looks cool on its own. So I just put this witch sticker and moved on. There's a lot of meta, difficult to explain but interesting cool things in here. So for example, this is a page from a zine, which is, well, it's the back of this one, so it's also from that 2018 journal, I think, where I did some illustrations of Victorian Halloween costumes that I'd seen online. And then fast forward a few years, this page was in my journal, but because I made the journal using some zine pages, we got to day 19, well, and day 28, I combined two prompts, costume party and Victorian. I wanted to use this page because it just made sense. And then I was also gifted one of the new antiquarian sticker books. I can't remember which one, I think it might have been Imaginarium, where they had stickers of the Halloween costumes that I had sketched. So if we flick to the other side of this zine page that I used, you can see that I drew this Victorian magpie costume and Monte Carlo costume. And then here they were as stickers in the sticker book that I'd been sent. So these are appearing a lot, whether in sketch or in sticker, in my journal, and I just think that's really cool. The prompt for day 22 was Midnights. That was intentional because I'm a huge Swiftie, and that is the day when Midnights, or the day after Midnights came out, Taylor Swift's album from last year. So I made a little pumpkin sketch for each song of the album, how to make Taylor Swift Halloweeny. And there might be a bit more Taylorween or Swiftoween popping up in this year's challenge in my pages anyway, because I've just made some Taylor Swift ghostly album stickers that you might have seen on social media, and I'm very excited about them. So they'll definitely be featuring in my journal challenge journal this year. Then we have some pumpkin patch pages, some of my cute and spooky Animal Crossing inspired Halloween stickers, printed and cut slightly wrong, where they were kind of nice but not nice enough to put on the shop, and I didn't want to waste them, so I just made a little sticker graveyard here, and I feel like it actually turned out looking really good, especially with this picture. It's just like in your face pumpkins. So I was really pleased with how that one turned out. Got pictures from the pumpkin patch. And then some of the prompts sync up, like I said, eerily without me trying. Some of them I do it on purpose. I knew that we were going to Scarefest at Alton Towers on the 26th last year, which is why I put the prompt Fun Fair there on the 26th, just so it could sync up nicely to what we were up to. Hopefully they sync up to your life as well in a satisfying way. But sometimes it's fun if they don't, because you've got to use a bit of creativity to be like, how can I? This is one of my last spreads from last year's challenge. So as you can see, I always finish late. It's like a tradition at this point. I made this on the 13th of November last year, and I combined 4 different prompts. I must have just decided that those all needed to go together for me to make my final spread. So potion bottle, ghostly, some more Grace Moth stickers, lantern, which is why I wrote leave your lantern on. I'm also a Luceo lantern, which means I'm a fan of the It's Always Halloween podcast, and this is from their zine. And trick or treat, which is included here because I have this trick or treat sticker from Grace Moth. So as you can see, there's a lot of different things that you can do. You can mix prompts together, you can write for some, you can stick pictures in for some, you can skip some out or mix them around. Honestly, the more freedom you give yourself with it, the more fun it is. I made this spread kind of slightly after I decided I'd officially finished the challenge last year. This was, I bought my boyfriend some Halloween themed Magic the Gathering cards. He loves Magic the Gathering, and some of them just had really cool art, and I wanted to just memorialise them somewhere, so I scanned them, printed them out and just put them here. And then these couple of spreads I started a few days ago, so I'd been collecting up labels from blankets and pillows and Halloween things that I bought from my little Halloween trips to TK Maxx and HomeSense. I've been saving those, and I needed to put them somewhere before the challenge started. I also had a great time at Autumn Market on the farm a couple of weeks ago, where I had a stall. There's pictures of my stall, and while I was there I bought this drawing of a pumpkin off this kid who was running their stall selling their drawings for like 50p. I thought it was so cute, and I'm gonna stick that in somewhere. And then I also made like a little journal spread just on this notebook page that I had to show off some of my stickers at my stall. So I've kind of cut that up because it was quite big and tried to fit it into these pages because I liked how it turned out, and it was a nice little memento from the market. So I'm definitely going to go back and finish these pages off at some point. I have a couple of blank pages here which I'll no doubt fill with things. But this is not where I want to start for the 2023 challenge. I kind of had it in my mind that I was going to start on this page. I don't know why. It just feels like a good place to start afresh for this year's challenge. So this is where I'm going to be making my title page. Hope you enjoyed the flip through. It's definitely got me ready to go. I'm itching to get journaling. So come along and journal with me. We're going to start with day 1, title page. So I've had a little think about what I want to do, and I was inspired by this washi tape, and I thought how nice would it be if I could do some sort of Halloween bunting that has the title across it. I'm not quite sure how it's going to work yet, but what I have decided to do is I have this. So if you haven't seen already, you can get Halloween Journal Challenge prompts and information sheet as a printable on my website here at kiacreates.co.uk/Halloween Journal Challenge. It's a bit bigger than this and it has a bit more on it. This is like a mini version that I printed out for the market that I did. I had them at my stall. Oh, I meant to say, if you're here from my stall and you found this video because you're joining the Halloween Journal Challenge because I talked to you about it there at the market, then please leave a comment. I'd love to know how many people we have here from the market. I'm really excited to welcome you. But yeah, so for these designs that I made for the journal prompts this year, I really liked using these cut out style letters, these kind of ransom note style letters, and I took ages arranging them and changing the colours to make them all Halloweeny. What I decided to do just now, and you'll hear the printer going in a minute, yep, there it is, right on cue, is I've printed these letters off individually and I'm going to run them through my Cricut to cut them out so that they're like little stickers, so that if I make some sort of bunting I can have the letters of the Halloween Journal Challenge title as stickers to put on there. So I'll cut to those when they're ready. As you can tell from the start of this video, I am really enjoying my fun transitions at the minute, so here we go. Ta-da! Here we have the letters of Halloween Journal Challenge. Printed them a few times in case they either went wrong or I need them for something else. So I'm going to try and make some little flags out of these papers and then stick these on for the title, but usually I just go for it and I don't really make a plan, but with me wanting to make a bit of bunting across here that has the title on, I do think maybe I should like plan out what letters are going to go where, like just a little bit of a plan of how many I can fit on there. When I say I don't plan things, I really mean it. I mean, this is my idea of a plan, this little scrap. It's just like to show me how many letters I'm going to put on each page. So let's cut out some little flags and just hope for the best. So I need 25 flags. So I'm going to try and do 12 or 13 out of each paper. I probably should measure it, but as per usual, I'm going to wing it. Okay, I have a layout and a colour sequence that I'm happy with, but because I've been so excited about this whole bunting idea, I haven't decorated the background of the page like I usually would, so I'm going to try and do that before I go any further with this, even though I'm very excited about sticking these on. I can't wait to do it. You know me and stickers, but let's put a little bit of fun in the background first, because if I stick these down and then it looks too plain behind it, I'm going to be sad. So obviously some of this bunting tape has to go on this page because that's what inspired me in the first place. Picking out some other washies that I want to use. I've got this narrow purple pumpkin washi, which is good because it can go in some of the gaps. And then I also wanted this one with, surprise surprise, some pumpkins on it. So I really didn't start this the right way round because I'm having to move everything out of the way. Decided that I don't like that purple tape. Everything else looks kind of like nice and small and in the background. It almost makes the flags look like they're near the front. Maybe not to anyone else, but that's how it feels in my mind. When I put this on, it kind of felt like too much of a block colour, which took away from the block purple. I might put some on the flags themselves, on the purple flags, because they've not got much going on. And I feel like this will match really well. So let's do this fiddly, but I think it will be good. Okay, that was fussy, but we got there and I think it was worth it. I've got a vision, okay? I didn't want to move these because I felt like we'd taken so much time laying them out, but I'm realising more and more that there is more that I want to do to the background of the page, so it's probably better if I just take these off. While I do this, I'm going to answer some questions that I've created for everyone who's taken part in the collaboration. So they're just some topics to talk about. If, you know, not everyone will talk about them because I know not everyone's doing a chatty video, but just some fun topics that we can chat about if we do want to chat. Just about the season and journaling and a fun game of this or that, so you can join in by answering the questions too if you like. So while we talk about that, I'm going to stamp this page. I've got this pumpkin stamp, this ombre ink pad, and then I've got some autumn leaf stamps as well. So the first question on our tag questions for this journal challenge is, well, it's got kind of an obvious answer because it's what's your favourite thing about autumn or Halloween? Obviously for me there's one clear answer, and that is the Halloween journal challenge. That's always my favourite bit. It just encompasses everything I love about Halloween and autumn and creativity. It just combines everything I love into one place. So one of my favourite things about Halloween and why I love it so much is it's just like pretending to be scary, but it's not. Like, I'm not really into like proper scary Halloween, you know, not like horror films or anything like that. Just spooky films. Maybe things that make you jump a little bit or like give you a little thrill. But I think that the comforting thing about Halloween is on the outside it's supposed to be scary, but truly it is just a really, really cozy holiday. I love how many variants there are of Halloween. Halloween aesthetics, Halloween hobbies, things people like about it. So I love that my journal is like a place where I can curate my idea of a perfect Halloween. And then obviously I've talked about the community element of it, which is what makes it really my favourite thing about autumn and Halloween. Okay, I love how this is looking. It's definitely more me now. The plain background just wasn't right. Ooh, I've just found this. I missed out a leaf. We've got to put a few of that one on as well. I'm just going to do it in like the lighter ink colours. I just thought that this stamp pad was so like perfect for autumn leaves. I bought this together with the stamps because I was like, yes, this is a vibe. This is from the range. I'm not sponsored obviously, but that would be great. How many leaves is too many leaves? The limit does not exist. And I remembered that Hannah got me these like autumn stickers. Thanks, Hannah. So I'm going to put a few of these in the background as well. They will kind of get covered up by the letters, but I think they'll look really nice in the background. And I like that they're transparent as well, so they're not going to cover up much of what we've done so far. The next question on the list is, did you have any autumnal or Halloween traditions growing up? And honestly, no, we didn't really celebrate Halloween at home. I know not many people really celebrate it that much in England anyway. It's getting more popular probably, but it's more of an American thing. But I always liked the idea of Halloween. Like, I didn't realise how far it went back until I found like a little Halloween card that I'd made for my family when I was younger. It said like, "Dear doomed ones, hope you have a spooky Halloween." So I obviously liked the idea of it, but we just didn't really do anything to celebrate it as a family. I'm going to start gluing these on now, by the way. I did go to a Halloween party once, which my mum wasn't very happy about because, well, she didn't mind me going to the party, but basically she'd said that I wasn't allowed to trick or treat. She didn't like the idea of it, you know, especially like it was with the mum of my friend because we were all staying at hers, so understand you not wanting like someone else that you don't really know to like take your kid out onto random streets to like random strangers' houses, and I do kind of get it, but at the time I was like, I really want to trick or treat. Probably bad parenting on my friend's mum's part, but she just kind of took us all anyway, even though my mum said that we weren't allowed. Just now I'm older, it's terrible, but when I was younger I was like, yes, this is the best day ever. So I actually got to go trick-or-treating once when I was younger, and it was great. We played this game when we got back where we like tried to see how many sugared donuts we could eat without licking our lips, and my friend's mum had like asked her neighbour to walk down the garden at 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock, which I thought was late, that's how small we were, to come and scare us by like bashing on the window, which all made us all scream. and honestly I just thought that was the most fun, hilarious, spooky party. So that was like my one taste of Halloween celebrations when I was younger. And then it wasn't until I sort of had my own place and like my own adult money to spend on things that little tiny Kia likes that I decided to sort of go more in on Halloween, because I enjoyed it and I could actually decorate and things. But like, because there's not many events in the UK, I mean there's more now, but there wasn't really. It's only really getting started here. There's not really many ways to celebrate Halloween, especially the sort of cozy autumnal Halloween I was talking about, the sort of spooky but not really that spooky. Because if you don't want to go like watch horror films, or like, and you definitely don't want to go to like a club night dressed up as an angel or a devil, you know, been there, done that at uni, but it's not really my celebration of choice. You don't really get like many ways to celebrate, so I think that's why I started doing Halloween journaling. It was like a way to celebrate that like Halloween aesthetic in my own way without having to rely on like an event or anything, or you know, traveling to America. And yeah, it's grown definitely from there. My main ways of celebrating are Halloween journaling, decorating my house, watching like cute spooky movies, not really like scary movies, and listening to It's Always Halloween podcast. That's definitely helped, because that's helped me find like other spooky people who, you know, like to do Halloween things all year round, because I do kind of celebrate this and do these things like most of the year anyway. Like there's always some Halloween decorations that stay up in my house all year round. So yeah, I have a lot of traditions now. Like I have the Halloween journal challenge. Me and my partner go to Scarefest every year, which is, if you don't know, it's at Alton Towers theme park, where they have like, the park is decorated for Halloween and the rides stay open until late at night, so you can go on the rides in the dark, and it's just like the best day. It's like one of my favourite days of the year. I look forward to it every time. It's like our sacred day now, our Halloween date. So that's definitely a tradition. And then me, my partner and my mum take my little cousins to the pumpkin patch every October as well. We've done that for a few years in a row now, and I feel like that's such a nice tradition. Oh my god, I'm talking about traditions and I forgot which letters are going where. Let me just consult my plan. But yeah, not many Halloween traditions growing up, but definitely a lot now, and the list is growing with every journal spread I make about like an October wish list or a mood board, or like what I want to do. I get more and more ideas for things that I want to do in October, and traditions that I want to start, so they'll only grow from here on out, I think. And then the next question, I feel like I've definitely answered, is have you ever made spooky or autumnal Halloween journal pages before? Obviously the answer is yes, a lot, like in all my Halloween journals, but also just sometimes I'll just randomly make like an autumn themed journal page when it's like spring, just because I just love it, and I have so many autumnal stickers and things. So yeah, it's definitely my favourite kind of journaling, so I've done a lot of that, that's for sure. The next question is, what called you to this prompt? What called out to you about this prompt? Sorry, like why did you choose it? So again, I'm really interested to hear other people's answers for this one. I guess mine's not so interesting, or at least it's just kind of obvious. And because I host this challenge, I really wanted to make something for the first prompt so I could kind of introduce the challenge, welcome everyone to the start of it. Last year was the first year that I'd actually done a prompt for title page, because I realised that other years, like the first prompt will just be, you know, something fun and spooky, but I'm always thinking, oh, on the first day or the day before, I really want to make like a title page dedicated to it, something that feels like we're setting off and we're going now. And it seemed a shame to not have day one as title page, just to give everyone that chance to like welcome it into their journal. So that's why prompt one is title page, and that's why I was really excited to make something for this one. As you can see while I've been talking, I've changed around my careful order, so everything looks different now, but you know what, I'm okay with it. I'm swapping things as I go. Just, if you've watched my other videos, you know I do talk quite a lot about journaling being an intuitive process, and sort of not planning it too much, not questioning it too much, just doing it and seeing where it ends up. Obviously that's not for everyone, but it is a fun thing to practice and experiment with. I was worrying that I'd made the background too busy, but I still think this is going to look good, especially when I put like, well, I haven't decided what sort of string I'm going to put on it yet, but I'm sure I'll have something somewhere. Just rearranging these. I'm itching to stick those letters on. I think that's what's going to bring it together. The next question is, how do your initial ideas about the prompt compare to what you've created? I guess I'll be able to answer that a bit better at the end, but so far this is nothing like what I had in mind. Like, I had the idea for Halloween bunting, but it didn't look like this in my head. You know, the vision wasn't the same. But I actually think this is better. I think it's more interesting and more busy and lively. So far it's not like what I had in my head, and I'm definitely okay with that because I think it might be better than what I had in my head. What I had in my head was a bit plainer and I guess not really that me. It was more like I was imagining Halloween journal challenge on bunting that sort of just looked more like a planner doodle, like more minimalistic, but this is maximalist, this is me, so I'm happy about it. Oh, I can't wait any longer. I'm going to stick these on now. Let's go. As well as the longer questions that we have for people to answer, I've also created a fun little game of quickfire this or that, so feel free to answer along. It'll be fun to see what other people say. First this or that is cozy autumnal aesthetic or spooky Halloween aesthetic. I think I've kind of answered that in my answer for what I like about Halloween, but I'm definitely a mixture of cozy autumnal and spooky Halloween, but I'm leaning more towards like spooky cute than I am spooky scary. That's where I'd say I am, which I guess isn't really this or that. I don't think many of my answers to this simple game of this or that are actually going to be simple this or that answers, but that's okay. Because the second question is pumpkin spice latte or hot chocolate. I love a pumpkin spice latte, but I can't actually drink coffee because of my thyroid, so I usually have at Starbucks, I just ask them for the pumpkin spice frappuccino, which they can do without coffee, which is probably just like, I don't know what it is, syrup and milk and ice. It sounds terrible, but it tastes delicious. I don't miss the coffee at all. So I'm going to say pumpkin spice frappuccino. I like a hot chocolate, but I prefer like a more autumnal drink. I think to me hot chocolate is more Christmassy. I don't know why, but it just is. Then we have walk through the forest and crispy leaves or curled up inside with a blanket. I don't know why I picked these questions because that's too hard. I want to say walk through the leaves and then come home and get curled up in a blanket afterwards and think about how good your walk was. But I guess if I have to pick one, it'd be walk through the forest, crispy leaves. I don't know if you noticed from the intro, but I've actually moved house. So this is a new studio. This is the first time the new studio has been on any of my videos, and it's actually one of the reasons we really like this place is because it's so close to a forest, and I've decided I want to try and do a forest walk every day in October. So you have to try and hold me to that. I want to get up early and walk in the forest every day. I think that'll be so nice. So I definitely have to pick that for the this or that question. Also, with it being something that I'm trying to do every day, like the journal challenge, I thought that maybe my daily walk through the forest could be where I think about the prompt for the day and like where I gather my thoughts on what I'm going to make. So I hope that I get to do that because I feel like that would be great. I'm saying hope because it's not actually October as I'm filming this. Shock. But the rest of the pages I am going to create on the actual day. So yeah, hopefully I'll come up with the concept for them on my walk through the forest, and hopefully there'll be crispy leaves as well just to set the tone. So I'm happy with this. I think the letters look really good. I think I'm going to do a black outline on the flags. I've still got to try and figure out what string I'm going to use. I forgot that I didn't make any little flags for 2023, so I think I might just put those down here. Next on the this or that we have watch a spooky movie or read a spooky book. Oh, I've made all of the questions too hard. One of my favourite things in October is to make a list of the spooky films that I want to watch, but if I'm being honest, I never get round to watching many of them. It's always like the idea of it, and then I don't get a chance to watch many films. I end up watching series, but I do read spooky books, and I do love it. So I'm going to say read a spooky book, but no hate to spooky movies because I love them too. Then witches or ghosts. Every other year, if you'd ask me this question, I would say witches because I'm a bit witchy. I love witchy things. I love like witch imagery at Halloween, you know, like sort of vintage witches and stuff like that. But this year I'm definitely on a ghost hype. Obviously my nails kind of answer for me. You saw the ghosty makeup. I've just dropped my sticker collection on my website, my ghostly sticker collection. So earlier this year I released Puzzle Quest Ghost Hunter, which is one of my Puzzle Quest series where I write and illustrate puzzle books on different themes. They're kind of like puzzles and adventure story at the same time, so you work through the puzzles and follow the story and collect clues to crack a code at the end. So one of my more recent ones was Ghost Hunter, and I loved that because I got to draw loads of cool little ghosts and cute ghostly things and ghostly houses and ghostly chairs and ghostly fountains and ghostly hedges and ghostly bedroom furniture, and honestly just anything you can imagine. I turned it into something ghostified, if that's a word. Yeah, I've just really enjoyed turning those ghost illustrations into ghostly stickers. Ghost doesn't sound like a word anymore. And I've just dropped all of those, so I like take the black and white drawings that I did for the books and then add colour and turn them into stickers and like design different sheets. So I've put all of those onto my shop now, and the ghostly launch is doing really well. Thank you to everyone who's shown love so far. I actually think it's my best launch yet, which I'm very excited about. It's probably due to the fact that the Taylor Swift ghost stickers went a little bit viral on TikTok, so thank you if you're here from that. But because of that, because of my love for ghosts at the moment, I have to say ghost for this question. It would be rude not to. The next question is black cats or bats? And I'm going to say, in real life, black cats. Bats are actually pretty cute, but I love cats. So, and I love black cats. So yeah, black cats for real life. But if we're talking about journaling, then I have to say bats, because I feel like bat stickers just add the right little bit of pizzazz to a small space. And bats are a little bit easier to draw than cats. Like if you want to do like a little bat silhouette, I just feel like they're good little doodles to put on. And I have probably more like bat themed spooky supplies than I do cat themed spooky supplies. So yeah, again, simple question, complicated answer. We have haunted house or pumpkin patch. I'm gonna say pumpkin patch just because of our yearly tradition. I love haunted houses, but I'm trying to give at least one simple answer. Last but not least is a question that I missed out before. Pumpkin carving or pumpkin painting? Actually, I'm going to say pumpkin painting. We carve them each year, it's great, but it is a bit of a mess and it is a bit difficult. And honestly, I've been meaning to, for a couple of years now, try out pumpkin painting. I keep seeing people on TikTok have those dates where they like, them and their friends paint pumpkins, they do little patterns on it, and I just think it's a really good idea, and I think I would probably be better at painting one than I would at carving one, so I'm going to endeavour to try that out this year somehow. I've been rummaging around for something I can use for this sort of string for the bunting, and I remembered that I have some of these elastic threads, so this elastic thread with the pumpkins on is actually what I use to keep this journal shut. Yeah, this is like the journal fastener, it's elasticated thread and it's really useful. So I'm going to try and use some of that in black. I've just got to figure out how I'm going to stick it down. Okay, here's what I'm going to try and do. It may be a failed experiment, but let's try. I can't find my glue gun, but I do have my wax gun. So I'm going to try and put some little blobs of wax on there and see if it'll hold the thread down. If it does, I'm going to be very happy. If it doesn't, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. So here we go. Wish me luck. Oh, do you know what? I just thought, never mind the elastic thread, I just realised this as I put it down, maybe I should just make a line of this, just a line of wax, because if I try and do dots and then stick the elastic thread in it, it's going to do that thing, you know, where like glue guns and wax guns make strings across the page. That's what I thought, and then I thought, hang on a minute, a string across the page is what I'm trying to achieve. Ta-da! It's a lot messier than if we'd have used the string. It's different. I've not done anything like that before, and experimenting is what I find really fun about this challenge. So I'm just going to be happy with it. I'm going to put a few wax dots as well. I really like how this is going. I think we're nearly done, but I do think we've got more of the like autumnal than we have of the spooky, so I'm just going to try and find a couple of spooky stickers to fit in there. I kind of need small ones. My mum bought me these. They're such like kid stickers. They're those holographic ones, but oh, I'm very excited about them. I think I'm in my holographic sticker phase. I'm in my kid sticker phase. So I'm gonna put a few of these on. Hopefully they go with the vibes. This one's got a good combo of orange, purple and green. I don't know if you can see that with the light shining on it a lot. I feel like that's gonna go with the colour combo here. But where are we gonna fit it? That's the question. Let's put it up here. The cute little pumpkin. This is the only time I've ever found a spider cute. It's got a witch's hat on. And I'm going to put a few pieces of this holographic candy corn on as well. And a bat. Of course I'm going to put a little bat on. All I think I need to do now is add a few little stripes in a coloured pen and then maybe some doodles in a black pen, because that is kind of how I finish everything off usually. The only thing that I think is missing is maybe some of my own stickers. I think sometimes I just feel like it's a shame to not include something of mine on a journal spread like this, especially like a title page one. So I have my little folder of sticker sheets. These, like, I've got my partly used sticker sheets in here of all my Halloween designs. I just want something that's got little stickers on to fill in spaces. I like those moons, but they still might be too big. I'm gonna try this. This is the skating skeleton sticker sheet. The main skating skeleton's already been used, but I kind of like these little lollipops, so I'm going to put them around because this page is feeling really celebratory and like it's giving me Halloween party vibes now with the pieces of candy corn. So I feel like these sweets go well. I can't seem to stop. I think we're done with the main title page. I also wanted to, I told you, didn't I, that I need to fill up these pages with something. So I wanted to use part of this cutout with the prompts on. So obviously at the start, I'm going to want to put the prompts somewhere so I can refer back to them. So I'm just going to cut them out of this little printable. Don't forget to go and download yours if you want a printable of the prompts and the information. It's got a little discount code on there for my shop. It's got a few little printable designs as well that you could cut out and use in your journal if you wanted to. So I'm going to put this on here, and then I was thinking I kind of want to make like a frame around there and around there of stickers and washi tape, and then leave a little space for me to write on there about starting the challenge. So that's what I'm going to do. This is from october31st.co.uk, which is run by Spooky Will. I got quite a big order of Halloween stuff there when they had a sale. And I love how this washi is like proper vintage Halloween designs. And then I'm going to add a sticker in each corner. So these are from my pumpkin mail sticker sheet. Got a pumpkin stamp and a pumpkin wax seal sticker. And then from my very new collection, the Ghostly Garden Gallery, which is like ghostly plants and ghostly art and ghostly paintings and ghostly painting supplies and things like that. I like this because it's got a few little things. Sometimes I just want a little sticker. So I'm going to use this ghost clearing across the corner. And this just looks like leaves, but if you look closely, each leaf has like a ghostly pattern on it. I think it's nice, a coloured sticker in those corners and a black and white sticker in those corners. Maybe I'll put a little paint splat there as well, because they peel off too. Do you think there's room for this pumpkin covered in stamps? Yeah, let's put it on there. It takes up a lot of space, but that's okay. We'll have it going off the page and it'll look nice on that side too. I really love that one. It's so ridiculous. Imagine sending a big pumpkin covered in stamps just in the post. It just makes me laugh. Okay, there we have it. I think we have our title page and an extra little page with the prompts on as well. I thought this warm cozy light would be good, but now I'm realising that it's really very yellow, but it's a bit too late because I've just filmed the whole video in it. So I'm going to show you the spread in a different light so you can see what it looks like. Here we go. I kind of wish I filmed in this light now, but at least you get the grand reveal. I'm really quite pleased with those messy wax signs. They sort of look intentionally messy, and they also kind of remind me of melted chocolate, and with the sweets around the page it sort of feels like a Halloween candy kind of spread. And then we've got this one, so I can refer back to the prompts there, and I've done a little bit of writing to start off this journal challenge. So there we have it, the first spread of Halloween Journal Challenge 2023. I honestly haven't done any journaling in ages, what with moving house. I kept meaning to, but this has been like a really nice reintroduction. Honestly, it's just got me really excited to get back into my Halloween journaling supplies and to get creating. I can't wait to see what all of you make for this prompt and for the rest of them. Don't forget to go get your printable if you want one. It's on kiacreates.co.uk/Halloween Journal Challenge. And don't forget to check back with the playlist. Every day in October there will be a new video by a new creator. We're gonna have so much spooky fun. I'll be trying to make something for every day. I might not post every day, but I definitely will update you every now and then on Instagram with photos of the pages that I've made. And I'll also be back here on YouTube for day 16, Stained Glass. So I'm sort of checking in with another video midway. So hopefully you'll be tuned in for that one. In the meantime, enjoy the challenge, enjoy the collaboration videos, stay spooky. And if you're enjoying my channel, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notifications button. Thank you and see you soon. Bye.